Well, what a pleasure for me to be here today on Healing Sunday. So, the second Sunday of every month, we have a healing wall. And Sandy said the healers will come up and give you 45 seconds of energy healing for your best and highest good. And so I thought this is a perfect day for me to speak today. And I looked at the word healing, and the word healing means a process of returning to wholeness. Yeah, it's a process, meaning it's ongoing, to return to wholeness because that's how we started. And that is in mind, body, and spirit. And the word surrender, let's just get some definitions, is not giving up. The word surrender means open up. Yeah, just like we do when we're in the healing wall, we are opening up. And the word miracle, since we're talking about surrender, opening up to a miracle is an extraordinary event that cannot be explained by scientific or natural laws. So it's attributed to a divine agency. How do you like that? Divine agency, whatever you want to call it. And gosh, there's so many names for that. And as I'll talk about, there's no one name big enough. So whatever name you want to put in there, divine agency. So it's kind of unusual that I would be speaking about this topic, because usually I'm talking about gut health or stress management or something to do with your overall wellness. So I'm really excited to talk about this because it's a piece I think, well, it's a journey for me for sure. And as I speak, I elevate my own understanding of this thing that we share in this community together. I did not grow up with any spiritual or religious background. So I remember growing up in Australia, it really wasn't, maybe it's just the people we were around, but it wasn't something that I remember people going to church every Sunday. So the background that I grew up with, I call medical school. So let me just talk to you about that. And I know a lot of people in this congregation, you grew up with some very strict dogma that you are now kind of unlearning and growing into the newness of what you believe. But for me, there was nothing for me to unlearn except medical school, and that's a big one to unlearn, let me tell you. So in medical school, the dogma is called scientific materialism, meaning only physical matter exists and everything can be explained by natural and scientific laws. There is no room for divine agency. Now, this is where I went to medical school. This is in the 80s. I am pleased to say, and Peggy knows this very well, thank goodness, in hospitals today, many are offering healing touch, Reiki energy, and they even have departments of energy medicine. We've come a long way. Long way. But for me, I grew up in the 80s. I still have this scientific mind that just wants to take over all the time. Does anyone else share that struggle? Anyone? It's just me. Okay, you know this, I've got to explain it. Please prove it to me. Prove it to me. So this has been my journey. And Steve and I have been part of this congregation for however many years. Sandy has been 26. And I am still in the process of this healing, growing back into this wholeness that I'm speaking about. And after medical school, I was following my intuition. I knew there was more to healing. And by the way, I'm so glad, and aren't we all, that we have this amazing Western medical system that has offered so much and continues to offer so much. It's just that it's not the complete healing equation. So back in the 80s, I had to go searching for what else is healing. And so that's when I started. In those days, can you believe, it was a master's degree in psychology in medicine. It was actually accepting that this is a gap in medical school, and if you want to and go and explore something more, you can go and do this other thing. So I started my master's degree in psychology and medicine, and that's when I met Steve, and my life took a different route out here in the United States, and I completed that master's degree here in the United States. But that's when I learned about mind-body medicine, and it did expand. But there was one person that I was studied that made such a huge impact on my understanding, and you might know him. His name is Larry Dossey. Anyone heard of Larry Dossey? And he wrote this book, Healing Words, The Power of Prayer and the Practice of Medicine. Yeah. This, if you're really interested in this, the scientific basis, which is what I always follow, of the power of prayer and the practice of medicine, this is a fabulous, fabulous book. He's also a great writer, very entertaining. Now, Larry is a Texan, and he grew up in some of you know this better than I if I say the cotton fields of Central Texas, which I believe is called the Bible Belt. So, very religious man, until he went to medical school. And I have to read this because this is directly from his book. Medical school wilted my religious fervor like a Central Texas cotton field in September. And I became an agnostic. So Larry then, like me, and he's a lovely man. I've since met him and we've spoken together at conferences. So Larry went, like me, after medical school, he said, there's got to be something more. And he wanted to revisit his spiritual religious roots. So he studied some Eastern philosophies, he started meditating, and then, thank goodness that people like to research, which I don't love research, I love reading people who do the research. But he did the research on prayer and healing, and hence his book, loaded with that research. So I want to read Larry's words. And I think one of the reasons I'm sharing this is we all need and love the Western medical system. And my goal here is to help you take healing to a higher plane for yourself. Maybe you don't have a health practitioner that believes this, but that's okay. Because as long as you believe it, your healing process will unfold. So I want to be able to edify and show you that there is more to healing than just the Western medical system. And so many doctors now actually believe this. So this is what Larry says. I'm going to read in his own words here. Here's it. Remarkably, the effects of prayer do not depend on whether the praying person was in the presence of the organism being prayed for. We know that, distance healing. Or whether he or she was far away. Healing could take place either on-site or at a distance. Nothing seemed capable of stopping or blocking prayer. These experiments prompted me to continue to say to myself, the evidence seems to show that prayer works. You claim to be a scientific doctor. Are you going to follow these scientific directions and actually use prayer? Over time, I decided that not to employ prayer with my patients was the equivalent of deliberately withholding a potent drug or surgical procedure. I simply could not ignore the evidence. Now you can find, if you're interested in the research, and you know, my mind goes straight there, and my practice is to let that little mind rest a little and practice, which is what I want to spend most of today doing. So Sandy uses a quote often that happens to be one of my anchors when my mind is getting that prove it, prove it, prove it. And that quote is by none other than Rumi, of course. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. The ocean is this divine agency, this God, this divine intelligence, whatever word you use, because there's no word that is big enough to truly explain it in our human mind. That's the ocean, with all the qualities we know that to be: prosperity, abundance, healing. And the drop is our individual souls. We are all drops, individual souls, with the ocean inside of us. That is our belief here, that we have all the qualities of the divine intelligence inside of us. That's our basic premise. And even though the drop seems small, it's magnificent. And I had a direct demonstration of this because, I need the evidence. So I was privileged to attend my daughter's 20-week ultrasound appointment, pregnancy appointment. Now, just as a little side note, we have 2 grandbabies on the way. Two more. And a little boy, Callum, the end of March, and a little girl, Brooklyn, at the beginning of July. And in obstetrics today, certainly not in my day, they do, at the 20-week pregnancy mark, they do what's called an anatomy scan. This is an in-depth scan. It's about 30 minutes long, where it looks at everything in the body, and it scans and looking for developments of all the organs. And I got invited to Kelsey's anatomy scan, which was very cool. And so Kelsey's laying here, and here's the thing. In this room I was in, they had a widescreen TV showing the scan up here on the wall. Poor Kelsey had a full bladder, and they were like doing the scan thing on her while I was enjoying the movie, best movie in the world. So here I see Callum at 20 weeks. He's with his finger in his mouth. He's kicking his legs. He's opening his mouth. And they go to show me the little kidney, and they measure the kidney, and the spine. They do everything. And then they get to the heart, which is so appropriate since it's Heart Month. And this thing, I forgot to tell you, is color. It's in color, I know, these days. Like, wow. So I'm watching this TV screen, and I'm seeing this blue blood coming into the heart, because blue blood comes into the heart to get oxygenated, and then the red blood comes out. And I'm watching this heart go boom, 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 boom. And I'm watching the blue blood come in and the red blood go out, and I'm seeing the little valves, because we have these little valves in the heart that make sure the blood flows in the right direction. And I'm telling you, I cannot explain this by scientific or natural laws. And this little embryo 20 weeks ago that had the little drop, that had the ocean in it, that knew how to create this exquisite, amazing, intricate human being, I have no explanation for that other than the miracle, divine agency. And when my mind gets really busy on the science of it all, I come back to that, which I'll never forget, that TV screen that I watched, and I've had the privilege of being in that room to see this human being being created. And it's like Kelsey is pregnant, and I guess pregnancy is kind of surrendering to the miracle and incubating this amazing human being until somehow it knows the right time to come out and join us on this planet, on this plane. So in the time I have, like I said, I promised, I am really good with the intellectual stuff. What really works is the practice. That's why we come here, to deepen our connection to this divine agency, right? That's why we come here. So the big question I asked when, my busy mind is going is, say, well, what's the right way to pray? And I love it. In Larry's book, he said the right way to pray is the way you pray. Because there is no language that God does not understand. Isn't that beautiful? And that's what Kirk says at the very beginning. All paths lead to God. That's our belief. So the way you pray is the way that works for you to make that connection. So I did Science of Mind 1 in 1991. That would be 35 years ago. 25, I don't know. That's a long time ago. 35 years ago. And in Science of Mind 1, which I so highly recommend you do the classes, because you can understand the philosophy and get all these great tools to deepen your practice. And there's one thing I learned in Science of Mind 1 that I've never forgotten, and that's the 5 steps of affirmative prayer. That is the way we pray here. And they gave me this acronym. And I love acronyms, because the only way I got through medical school was with acronyms to remember all the facts I had to learn. And the acronym that we're going to show here up on the board, which in of itself is a message, is, are you ready to receive? Has anyone else in Science of Mind learnt this acronym? A few? Yeah. I don't know if it's like standard practice in every Science of Mind 1 class, but this, are you ready to receive? Every letter of the 5 represents a step of the affirmative prayer. And this is how I remember. I'm driving the car and I'm doing my affirmative prayer. Somehow when I'm driving, I pray. Anyone else pray when they drive? Okay, not just me. Okay. So I got the 5 steps of affirmative prayer. I'm saying it out loud. I love doing that. Or I'm walking in nature and I'm like deepening my connection to nature with affirmative prayer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the 5 steps because we have someone that's brand new, so I'll be able to teach you the system of affirmative prayer. And then, I promise, I'm going to practice. We're going to practice. And I'm going to have the privilege of this collective divine love together. We're going to pray, do a healing prayer, and then I'm going to use the power of music. Now, music is a vibration, and we are vibrational beings. So when we listen to music with a certain vibration, we attune to that. Our bodies attune to that. You probably all know that. That's why teenagers listen to music that's like crazy, loud, because that's where their body is, and they want to attune, they want something that meets where they're at. So, of course, I'm going to use the music of beautiful Karen Drucker, and deepen the prayer experience. And that's how we're going to end today before our healing wall. So, let me explain my 5 steps and the way I learned it in Science of Mind 1. So the R is recognition. There is only one God. The infinite presence of abundance, love, healing, wholeness. That's recognition. The U is unification. I am one with God. God is in me, through me, as me. We are one with God. God is in us, through us, as us. That's the unification. And then the R is the affirmative part. So that is affirming in the present tense that what you desire is already done. So in the case of healing, I know that the process of healing is unfolding in every cell of every body in this room and live streaming, because distance healing works, right here, right now. I know this to be true. And then the T is giving thanks. I give great thanks for this opportunity to know this truth and to hold this desire as already done. And the final R is, that's the surrender part. That's the release and letting go. I release this without any effort, knowing that this is done. So those are the 5 steps. That's how I learned it. Oh, no, sorry. No, not quite, Jack. I'm just explaining it, but thank you. You're so cued in. So I'm going to now, thank you, Jack. Okay, all right, so now we've got some time. So now we're going to practice it. We're going to get out of the head, and as Sandy says, drop down to the body, So one way I like when we get out of the head into the body is to just kind of shuffle around in your chair so that you're signaling to your body, okay, we're not thinking anymore. We're just going to switch that off and just shuffle around, feet flat on the ground, open yourself to receive, and take a deep breath in. And then on the breath out, just let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. So we just let the body relax. If it's comfortable for you to put your palms up as a signal to receive, I like to do that. And then if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, I'm just going to walk you through a beautiful healing prayer that I know there is only one God, the infinite presence of love, kindness, wisdom, healing. And we are one with that ocean, that we have God in us, through us, as us, right now. And I know that healing is happening in every cell of everybody in this room, that the vibrational essence of our healing is happening right now, unfolding in this moment. And I give great, great thanks for this opportunity to know this, to be in this community of divine love, raising the vibration of healing higher every time we come in here. And I release this now, letting go of any effort, any struggle. I release and I let go. And I allow the music to take my healing vibration deeper and deeper in this moment right now.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of love.
You are the face of
You are the face of love.
I hold you in my
hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my
hold you in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You are the
of
face of God.
You are
So
the
just bathing in
face
that message.
L'image di Dieu.
You are the face.
Are the ocean in a drop. We are the ocean in a drop. And together as a community, we raise the vibration of healing higher because we are together. And if you're comfortable now, just when you're ready to come back, present in the room, present in your chair, if I could ask the healers to come up front, please. And what a beautiful space now that we're wide open and vibrating for us to receive healing energy. No words need to be said. Just when you're ready to come up, please come up.
And just taking this moment and just absolutely absorbing the wise, the beautiful, the loving words of Reverend Karen, the beautiful energy that all of our healers bring to this moment, knowing right where we are in this moment, the fullness of life is right here. And as we open ourselves up, we allow ourselves to receive all the love, all the goodness, all the prosperity, all the joy, all the healing, all the peace that resides right here and right now. It begins right here within each and every one of us. Take a nice deep breath. Let go. And let God be God as each and every one of us. We are blessed. Thank you, healers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And could we, Karen, just stay here for a minute. If we could give her a beautiful applause and thank you for all the love, the goodness, the wonder, the wisdom she shared. How blessed we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you.